Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will take you to a modern city. But before I start the journey, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Today I will be talking about Chicago, its short history including the Great Chicago Fire, all the beautiful architectural marvel, museums, open public art, Navy Pier and architectural tour. Chicago is located on Lake Michigan in Illinois. It is among the largest cities in the US. It is famed for its bold architecture. It has beautiful skyline full of skyscrapers. Chicago got the architectural marvels, world-class museums and dynamic entertainment. This largest building boom in the history of nation was led by the destruction caused by the Great Chicago Fire. Great Chicago Fire was a conflagration that burned city of Chicago. The fire killed approximately 300 people, destroyed roughly 3.3 square miles of the city. It left more than 100,000 residents homeless. The fire began in a small barn, the reason to which is still unknown. That's my younger daughter who is all set to go. It's settled, and here we go. This is what you see when you enter the city. Today, Chicago's skyline is among the world's tallest and densest. Some of the US tallest towers are located in Chicago. Willis Tower is third tallest building in the US. Fascinated by all the information like the tallest building, the sky deck, the ledge, we straight away went to Willis Tower. Including the antennas, this building rises to a height of 1451 feet. Willis Tower is the heart of downtown Chicago. The 110-story building is one of the tallest buildings in the world. It is impossible to miss Willis Tower when you are appreciating the city's skyline. Someone is doing all sorts of things to pass time while waiting in the line to enter the building. These pics from within the building were clicked while still waiting in the line. These are the first views from the sky deck. On a clear day, visibility from the sky deck is approximately 40 to 50 miles, so the visitors can see 4 states from sky deck: Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin and Michigan. Next we got in line for ledge. The ledge brings an exhilarating new experience to the tower. At 1353 feet up, the ledge's glass boxes extends out 4.3 feet on 103rd floor. My younger daughter had so much fun here, whereas my elder daughter didn't even step on it because of fear of height. We stayed there longer to see the sunset and the view of lighted evening, and each view was spectacular. It was so beautiful. While you enjoy these pictures, let me tell you some more facts about Chicago. Incorporated as a city in 1837, Chicago was ideally situated to take advantage of the trading possibilities created by the nation's westward expansion. Today, 50% of the US rail fleet continues to pass through Chicago, even as the city has become the nation's busiest aviation center. Before it was a city, it was home to numerous indigenous people. As Chicago grew, its residents took heroic measures to keep pace. Unfortunately, the buildings, streets, and sidewalks they made were of wood, so everything got burnt in the Great Chicago Fire. These views of the evening with the lights on were just mind-blowing. Look for yourself. Chicago has very good public transport, so the next day we parked the car at the station and went to planetarium by that. We had to walk some distance before we reached the planetarium. This was the first time I saw a dedicated bike lane on a sidewalk. Chicago is also famous for its open public art. One of these is the Agora sculpture. Agora is an installation of 106 headless and armless iron sculptures. You can see them in the background. Here's another one of Christopher Columbus. So after walking through the beautiful Grand Park, enjoying all the structures, building and beautiful scenes, we finally reached the planetarium. Here's another public art called Spiral Galaxy near the planetarium. Again, here was a big line to enter, but we got to skip that line because of the stroller. We got to go through the wheelchair entry. This was the first planetarium we visited in USA, and we thoroughly loved it. This was the first planetarium in the United States and is dedicated to the study of astronomy and astrophysics. Elder Planetarium is home to 3 full-size theaters. There was a section dedicated to the space. It also showed how the astronomers lived there. This was the space toilet. The planetarium had good display of 3D models of the planets. There was a section for little explorers and my girls loved there. This is the view of the skyline from the Elder Planetarium. This is Shed Aquarium, which is seen from the Elder Planetarium. We will visit it tomorrow as it is already evening and we are heading towards Millennium Park to see the very beautiful beam. While going towards the Bean, we found that the Crown Fountain is closer to we first went there. Crown Fountain is an interactive work of public art and video sculpture. The fountain is composed of a black granite reflecting pool between a pair of glass brick towers, which are 50 feet tall. The water operates from May to October. Finally, we reached the Cloud Gate, popularly known as the Bean. Cloud Gate is a public sculpture by Indian-born British artist Sir Anish Kapoor that is the centerpiece of AT&T Plaza at Millennium Park in the Loop community area. Made up of 168 stainless steel plates welded together, its highly polished exterior has no visible seams. Kapoor's design was inspired by liquid mercury. The sculpture's surface reflects and distorts the city's skyline. It is popular with tourists as a photo-taking opportunity for its unique reflective properties. This is the J. Pritzker Pavilion at Millennium Park. It is one of the premier outdoor amphitheatre. This is from a walkover bridge at the Millennium Park. Chicago Theatre is a legendary venue in the heart of the Windy City. This was the end of the day 2 of our trip. Next day, we again parked at the station and took the metro to go to the Shred Aquarium. It is an indoor public aquarium and was the first inland aquarium with a permanent saltwater fish collection. For some time, it was the largest indoor facility in the world. Today, it holds some 32,000 animals of 1,500 species. We are seated at the Oceanarium to see the belugas show. Some lovely movement captured by me. Going for a 3D show. Our Chicago trip was split into two. After the aquarium, we went back home and came back to Chicago after 15 days to visit the Navy Pier and do an architecture tour. That's the Chicago River in the background. We reached the Navy Pier. Navy Pier was originally built to serve as a dock for freight, passenger traffic, and indoor and outdoor recreation. It was also used as a jail for draft dodgers. Navy Pier also served as a temporary home for military personnel during the two world wars, known as Municipal Pier. Was later named as Navy Pier to honor the Navy veterans of the First World War. Navy Pier you can do various rides and Centennial Wheel, architecture tour, classic lake tour, tall ship Windy, rent a bike, children's music, and etc. This was our Chicago River architecture tour. And that's our guide. During the tour, the guide told us about the history of Chicago, told the name of various buildings and history of some of the buildings. While you enjoy pictures from the architecture tour, let me tell you some of the firsts of Chicago. The world's first all-color television station is in Chicago. Chicago became the first city to establish a blood bank in the United States. Dr. Williams performed nation's first open-heart surgery in Chicago. You know, spray paint was invented in Chicago. There is one more unique thing. Chicago River is the only river in the whole world that flows backward. I can't cover everything in this video, but let me name few of the buildings. This tall shiny building is Trump International Hotel and Tower. Next to it is the Wrigley Building. This circular building is the well-established residential complex called Marina City. This one is identified by its green shiny glass. This is one of the largest commercial buildings in the world. This is one of those kind. How did they do that? This 53-story tower sits on a narrow land on the Chicago River. This is one of the tallest buildings in Chicago. After the boat tour, we went walking through the river walk and it was amazingly beautiful. With this, we come to the end of our Chicago tour. We enjoyed a lot. If you want to see various amazing architectural buildings or love museums, do plan to visit Chicago. If you are planning to visit Chicago, plan it between April-May or September-October. And also be prepared, it's a windy city. Typically, it takes 3 days to visit Chicago. These are the airports of Chicago. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.